opening up overall, great to get a win. I've been around here for 10 years, and these are the kind of games that you got to win to have special seasons. And, proud in these conditions to have no turnovers. That was a big part of the game. 2 weeks in a row with no turnovers. One thing that we preach to our guys is we protect the ball, we win, bottom line. And we knew it was going to be wet, and that was a big emphasis. So I was proud of the guys doing that. And then we made some big plays. I mean, that was a big emphasis from last year, is the big plays, getting those back in the offense. That was great to see those guys. I mean, we needed those big plays tonight. And, the frustrating part is we had chances to put it away. Obviously right there at the second quarter, have a chance to make it a 3-score game. And, it just comes down to the little things, the basic things, taking a snap. And those are things that we can clean up. There'll be a lot to learn from. There always is early in the year. But it's great to be able to learn, from a victory in this type of atmosphere. Give Texas A&M credit. I thought they did a great job and, made us earn it. I think one of the positives of our team and of our offense is the experience. And I think that showed as things were going there in the second half. I felt like our guys never panicked and did what it took to win the game. And so we're going to celebrate this, enjoy this tonight, and then there'll be a lot to coach on and improvement to be made here the next week.
What did you see from your quarterbacks, and where do you go from here with that?
Yeah, I felt like, Kelly settled down a little bit there in the second half, and I think his experience is really why we went with him in that situation in the second half. I mean, Trevor, what more can you ask for? First play come in, big touchdown. I thought, he was ready when his number was called. But, there's just something about Kelly, just his experience, his moxie. I mean, those are the situations right there where one mistake can cost you a ball game in this type of environment. And I felt like he handled things well in the second half. We'll go back. He missed a few things as well. But also I think the explosive plays is really what I take away from this. Kelly had some nice throws. I thought Trevor made some nice throws whenever we had to have it. And Kelly helped us with his feet, which was important and something that, obviously is a part of our offense.
Jeff, in a situation like that, how do you handle it at halftime with those guys? Is Kelly telling you, put me in? I mean, how do you
No. I mean, really, that's the great thing about both of those guys. There's not any of those attitudes or anything like that. I think we're going to go back out and give both of those guys another opportunity and kind of see how the game goes. Part of it's offensively how we're doing, how those guys are playing, and then also what type of game are we in. We kind of got in the game in the fourth quarter there where, we needed to protect the football and we needed to go with our experience. And Kelly was kind of that experience. There was nothing against Trevor at all. He's going to get plenty of opportunities. But, as coaches, you just, in those situations, got to go with guys that have been there. And Kelly's that guy for us right now.
Was it the game plan to go with Trevor to open the second half, or was it the flow of the game decision?
No, I think, we kind of let those guys go back and forth. And I think it was just kind of Trevor's time, looking at the snaps at halftime, wanted to give him another opportunity to get back out there. So that wasn't anything we spent a lot. It was really just Coach Streeter and Coach Sweeney kind of looking at the snaps and how we wanted to start off.
Is the goal to get them an even amount of snaps or just different certain areas?
No, I think the goal is for both of them to, right now, both of them deserve an opportunity to play, to let them play if they're both playing well. Continue to let them play, but then also, like I said a minute ago, what kind of game is it? I had a lot of other wide receivers that were ready to go play, that were prepared, and but it just kind of was one of those one-score games, and you got to go with your veteran guys at really every position, and quarterback was really no different than that.
Is it a dangerous slope to play when you're in a hotly contested game like this one?
To do what?
To alternate back and forth with those two?
Not, I don't think so. I think as long as we have trust in both of those guys, and right now through 2 games, both those guys have done a good job. But again, situations can, override just even reps. We just have to kind of go with the way the situation of the game's going.
Does environment of the atmosphere of this place factor into that at all, into the decision?
Yeah, I mean, on the road, again, Kelly's kind of that road warrior. He was at Louisville last year. He's at Virginia Tech in those situations. And also, what are we going to do later in the game? We're going to run the ball. We're going to protect the ball. We're going to run it. And those situations, we just decided to go with Kelly. It's going to be a long year. We're going to need Trevor as it goes, and he knows that. He had a touchdown, and we won by 2 points. So it was great to see both of those guys do well.
Did you get a chance to see a replay of Keith's catch, or did you just see it in real time?
I saw it in real time, and then I got to see, I was hoping he wouldn't get caught right there at the end. And, I showed those guys a highlight video, those wideouts today, a highlight video of a lot of our former Clemson receivers, big plays in big games. And I told him after that play, I said, man, you look like Sammy Watkins against Georgia, on that long run where the guy's getting ready to catch you and you go find a way to get in the end zone. But I want to brag on both T and Amari. This is their first time kind of being the guy in one of these games, and those are talented DBs over there. They can play, and felt like both of those guys were ready. I mean, probably no bigger play than Amari early in that game. When those guys are really coming on third down to be able to make that run, and then great to see Hunter Renfro go up, and we just take those plays for granted. And also the low ball that he caught there on I believe that was a key third down, and then the deep ball at the end. So I was really proud of the way that those guys finished some big plays down the field, and that's the attitude. Every position wants to have that attitude. At wideout, we want to have the attitude that, hey, we make big plays, we win the game. If we don't make the plays, we don't win. I mean, that's the attitude and mindset, and our guys had that today.
Jeff, what does it say about Kelly that Trevor shadow is so big, and having him make a flashy play like that, and Trevor comes in the first 2 drives of the second half, and still he just comes back and plays his best?
I really believe that Kelly thinks exactly what he's been telling y'all, that he just focuses on himself. He really doesn't worry about it. You don't see anything with his body language. He's over there celebrating. He's the first one to give Trevor a high five coming off the sidelines, and I think that speaks to both of those guys individually and also the culture that's been created here. And we play multiple guys at every position, and this year just happens to be quarterback as part of that, so that's a great thing.
All right, thanks.